Yes, very good morning. I can see there's a question posted for me. Prakhar, you posted a question for me. I think it must be really important for you to suddenly post this question at the beginning of the session. I can totally understand. Ideal attempts in VARC in MCATs. Can you post your question to everybody, Prakhar? Let everybody know what we are discussing here. Prakhar has asked a question at the outset that what is an ideal? Now, what is an ideal, Prakhar? That is the question itself. I mean, what is an ideal attempt? Ideal attempt, if you think of the maximum scores that people get on the VARC section, uh, for 100 percentilers, I remember of 100 percentiler who got 2 years back, that is 2-3 years back, he attempted 31 questions out of 34. And he got about 24 questions right, 23-24 questions right. So there was, his accuracy must have been about 75% or something. That was his accuracy. The rate of accuracy 75. Attempts around 31 out of 34. He got 100 percentile. लेकिन आप अपने हिसाब से देखिए, I would like to put it like this, that for anybody, for any student who's writing an MCAT, and your MCATs, I think they are modeled on that 40-minute duration, na? 40-minute duration of the section, that is. यही आ रहा है ना आपका आजकल in the MCAT. So in 40 minutes, you have about 25 questions, I think 25 to 26 questions you will have in English. अब इसमें आइडियल अटेम्प्ट आपका क्या होगा? आइडियल अटेम्प्ट आपका होगा अराउंड 18 क्वेश्चंस, 18 to 20 क्वेश्चंस आप अटेम्प्ट करें. So because I know that students may not be, nobody can attempt all the questions. So if you can attempt anywhere between 17 to 20 questions, 17 से 20 क्वेश्चन अगर आपने अटेम्प्ट किए अच्छी एक्यूरेसी के साथ में, वो अच्छा अटेम्प्ट माना जाएगा. दैट्स ऑल आई कैन से. To get 100 percentile, you need some scores. But I'm not coming to the score. I'm talking about the attempt. So when you attempt, so what is an attempt? कि आप कुछ भी, I mean, an attempt has to be thoughtfully done. Hope, with the hope that you will get the answer correct. That is the hope when you attempt any question. तो सिर्फ क्वेश्चन को करना, सिर्फ उस नंबर तक पहुंच जाना इज नॉट इनफ कि मैंने 17 क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट कर लिए और आई हैव अटेम्प्टेड 20 क्वेश्चंस, फिर भी मेरा स्कोर नहीं आया. सो यू हैव गॉट टू लुक एट योर ओन स्कोर्स, प्रेजेंट स्कोर, कि अभी आप क्या कर रहे हैं. एंड इफ यू वांट सम मोर काउंसलिंग ऑन इट, आई कैन डिस्कस व्हाट योर स्कोर्स आर लाइक ऑन एमकैट. वी कैन प्रॉब्ली सीक अ काउंसलिंग एंड उस पे वी कैन टॉक अबाउट इट, कि आपके स्कोर्स किस तरह से जा रहे हैं, आपको क्या करना चाहिए टू बेटर योर स्कोर्स. समथिंग लाइक दैट कैन बी डिस्कस्ड. ऑलराइट, so shall we move ahead on to your session which is on grammar today. Grammar, the very foundation of good English. So let us see this.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, good morning. Who was that? Shashi?
Yes, madam. See.
Okay, all right. You want to say something?
No, ma'am.
Okay, okay. All right, Shashi. Hope that your preparations are well, all of you. Now, please see the outline for today. We'll try and cover two areas. One is prepositions and the other is conjunctions. In the initial part, we'll do prepositions, and both these areas relates to grammar. So first, to have a very quick, brief idea about each of these areas theoretically, and then attempt the handout. That is the aim for today's class. So let us see that
Excuse me.
what really, yeah, who's that, please?
Yeah, ma'am. Varun this side. Am I audible?
Yes, Varun. What do you want to ask?
Ma'am, actually we were doing the infinitive, and we have to continue with the infinitive, and we will move to sentences. We are not very near to the preposition yet.
We are still on infinitives. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm absolutely sure. We were doing the infinitives and then we will move to the sentences. काफी पीछे हैं अभी हम लोग.
ये ऐसे पीछे नहीं है, आप लोग पढ़ रहे हैं तो कोई पीछे नहीं है, ये तो क्लासेस हो ही जाएंगी आपकी.
नहीं,
बट
I
आई
mean,
जस्ट
according to the slides, according to the slides, I mean,
ओके. According to,
yeah.
so can somebody also, match this, what Varun is saying, that where exactly were you? Where exactly were we?
We would do the infinitives to make a comment or judgment.
Acha, we were discussing the theory.
Yeah, we were discussing the theory, and then you said, yeah, like we will do some questions on the infinitive and then move to the sentences.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's see that. So let me have this coming on. What about the others? I need some confirmation from others also that this is where we were exactly. Though I'm not doubting this, but one or two students, if somebody were to corroborate this, it'll be better. Okay, Vishal. But the last topic, do you remember that this is what it was? That's all I want to know. Okay, so we'll continue discussing the infinitive. So this is probably what you talked about, Varun, this particular slide. So we have these slides just tell us how that what is the usage and how to identify, not only identify, what is the use to which we put the infinitive in sentences. Okay, thank you both of you, Vishal and Varun. Okay, now what we can do is let us see that take a look at these sentences. So when you make these sentences, like when you see these sentences, you know that this is the infinitive. It is the to infinitive. Basically, infinitive is the base form of the verb. So I have to over here and park, and like that I have the other verbs. This, of course, is the main verb over here. The main verb means, all right, let me say finite verb over here, which shows the tense. So when you say was, is, so these verbs show tense. So they are the finite verbs over here. That's how I'd like to put it. Then take a look at this. When you say there is too much sugar to put in this bowl, so you have to understand the structure. Sometimes we use with adverbs, like how? When I say there is sugar in this bowl, so what can I say? If I'm saying there's too much sugar, yeah, just hold the line, please. Just a second.
मैम नेट इशू चल रहा है आपका क्या? आपका नेट स्ट्रांग नहीं है उधर क्या?
No, it's not a net issue. I had something to attend to.
ओके ओके.
What is this discussion going on with respect to money, Varun? What is this about? Trying to remember where exactly we were. Is this message for me, Varun?
I was just being sarcastic, you know, like I need money to remember the stuff, you know.
It is not sarcasm. It is just a joke. I think it's just a joke. I think sarcasm is meant to hurt other people.
more,
This is more on the
more
lighter
like a
side
fun
of
intent.
things. Yes, yes.
More like a fun intent, I would say.
I didn't get you. More like what? Fun.
More like a pun intended, you know,
No,
something
there is no
intentional.
pun. No, what is pun? Pun as a figure of speech in English means that a word can have two meanings. So when I say the sun is rising, so which sun do I talk about? The sun is
Oh,
rising.
I guess.
So pun.
Oh, I guess.
So the pun is on the word
I
sun
learned
over
something.
here. So this is a figure of speech. You can find this in. You will find a list of figures of speech on the Time webs in your own student homepage. So that's the pun over here. And this, of course, is harmless humor. That what you this I need money for this is harmless humor. That's how I will choose to see it. Okay.
Because because I am harmless. I don't harm anyone, you know.
Don't worry, don't worry. It is taken in that with that intention only. Don't worry about this. So I was talking about how if that what is sugar over here? Sugar is a noun. And when I said there is too much sugar to put in this ball, this is an adverb. Too is an adverb. We will do adjectives and adverbs after this. So when you say too much sugar to put in this bowl, so the regular structure to put after a structure like this, too much sugar or too many books to carry, this soup is too hot to eat, we normally have the to infinitive that is should be placed after it like this. So it may not be correct to say this soup is too hot for eating or I had too many books for carrying like this. That may not be correct. So one needs to understand the structure and with the structure, what will match with it. So previously, you may remember we were doing some structures. That is, the non-finite verbs are the verbs that, for example, like put or carry or eat is a verb. To put something somewhere, I put this there, or I carried a bag, or I ate something. They're all verbs. But there are some structures with of made using these verbs that they don't have a tense aspect to them. They are called the non-finites. So one of the non-finites is to put. I mean, not to put, but a verb that has got a to before it. That's exactly what we were discussing now. The to infinitive. The other non-finite verb is the ing form of the verb, and that is called a verb. That is something like any verb plus ing after it, like swimming, dancing, baking, eating. If I use these words alone in sentences, they will not show any tense. वो या तो nouns की तरह एक्ट करेंगे या फिर वो adjective की तरह एक्ट करते हैं. For example, आपको बताया होगा पहले कि if I make a statement like running is good for health, for example, running is good for health, for example, yeah, jogging. So what have I basically done over here is that I've taken a word like run और उसमें ing join करके आपने क्या बनाया? You made a present participle out of it, the ing form of the verb. So now in this sentence, this functions as the subject of this sentence. And we know that the subject in a statement is usually a noun only. So when you study non-finites, first is to recognize what a non-finite is, and the second thing is usage. So it is the usage that you need to focus on. So take a look at this second thing. The second list of examples over here relates to question words. For example, she asked me how to use the machine. Do you understand what to do? So words like how, what, when, where, they have taken the to infinitive after them. So this I think is simple enough. Normally इसके बाद में ऐसे अब कोई बोलेगा नहीं that I've forgotten where where for putting this screw, that will not make any sense. But in the above example, the one with the adverb example, it is quite possible that a sentence could be structured like this: I had too many books for carrying. So if you say like this, or if you read something like this, that is certainly non-standard. Then model auxiliaries, we will discuss model auxiliaries. So I'm going to discuss them with some
Ma'am, can you
questions.
show the previous slide? Ma'am,
Wait
can
a
you show the
moment.
previous slide? Yeah. Okay.
What do you want to see here? This one? Okay. Yes, I was just trying to go to some other slide. So whatever I had written is left out from there. So let us move to a discussion on models over here. Now in this, when we discuss the handout, so models are words, as I just showed you, that they are all these words like can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should. So I'll throw some light on these words when we are trying to discuss the questions here. Vishal, those words are two infinitives. It is called an infinitive basically. But if the infinitive, which is the basic form of the verb, if it has got a to before it, it is called the to infinitive. That's what it is. Okay. Now we need to move ahead from here. And yes, please pick your choices over here. There are some sentences given here. ये fill in the blanks में आप कौन से versions use करेंगे आप थोड़ा note कीजिए. Let us see whether you get them correct. Yes. What do you think? Mary did not attend office yesterday. She may have gone for a picnic because you are guessing over here. You're making a guess. First one will have gone. It doesn't make sense because it means that certainly it would have happened. So she will have done something. May have gone suggests a guess. Future perfect tense, this is may have gone. Then the next one, she did not finish. Just a second. This one, she did not finish her work and this angered the teacher. So she what? She must have done or she should have done her work. She should have done her work. This should must have done is that you are certain about it. That doesn't make sense because you know she did not finish her work. So she should have done it. You're making a suggestion. Next
मैम
one, Sheila was.
वहां पर मे हैव गॉन ना होगा पिछला क्वेश्चन में.
May have gone. May have
पीछे
gone.
वाली. हाँ.
This is the one. These are the same sentences on this slide. May have gone. It is the same slide. I have just prepared my own slide over here. It is the same questions. It is the same questions.
Okay.
Should have done. So she should have done is because you are making a suggestion over here. Then eighth one, Sheila was supposed to be here at 8 o'clock. So what? She was supposed to be here at 8 o'clock. So she must have forgotten or must forget about a meeting. So what is it like?
Must forget.
She must forget about a meeting. कि मतलब उसको मीटिंग के बारे में भूल जाना चाहिए. क्या आप ये बोलना चाहते हैं? I don't think so. We are trying to say that she must have forgotten. Must have forgotten means that probably you're making a guess that she did not remember. Must have forgotten, Shubhanshu. Must इसका जो फॉर्म होता है वो ऐसे आएगा. अगर आप गेस कर रहे हैं किसी चीज के बारे में, एक गेस पॉसिबिलिटी गेस कर रहे हैं तो आप क्या बोलेंगे? She must have forgotten. He must have gone there. He must have done something. That means you are making a guess कि शायद ये हुआ होगा. लेकिन must and have followed by forget नहीं आएगा, because forget is not the third form of the verb. तो इसमें third form आता है, forget, forgot, forgotten. If the first thing I told you all that you need to study all the forms of the verbs. तो have के बाद तो third form ही आएगा, तो forgot नहीं आ सकता, forgotten आएगा, third form will come like this. Now see the next one. These are the next set of sentences. Let's start with the 9th one. I do not know where Jane is. So she could be or she would be at home. क्या होगा इसमें? I don't know where she is. She could be at home. You're making a guess. If you say would be, it is certain. Then Jennifer missed her class today, so she might have had or should have had some other work. What?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yep.
Ma'am, aren't you reading the chats? Like we are sending the answer in the chat only.
Okay, I thought students are going to say something. It's
No,
okay, it's okay.
We are answering you in the chat. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for letting me know. Actually, from class to class, it varies, what kind of a tempo builds up in the classes.
हम लास्ट
So
स्लाइड दिखा देना एक बार इससे.
the last slide is on the previous questions. Is it this one that you want to see? The
Yes,
answers?
ma'am. हो गया ma'am.
Okay. Okay, like this. So I do not know where Jane is. She could be at home. You're making a guess. If I say that she would be at home, that means you're sure about it. That may not be correct over here. Then this one, Jennifer missed her class today. So she might have had, should be the correct version here. That she might have had some other work. So again, you are making a guess. Might have had. She might have had some other work. So you're making a guess. Probably she should have had. Should have had implies a certainty. It implies some certainty over here, so it may not make good sense. Okay, then the second one, which says the next one, what is that? Now this sentence, if you remember, it is on conditionals. We have done conditionals in verbs. You would remember this. So you have an if over here. And I have, what is the tense structure in the if clause? If I had enough money. So the second of had over here refers to possessed. Possessed or accumulated. So this version is absolutely correct. One shouldn't think that there are two heads over there and whether they're correct or not, they're correct. So this is a past perfect tense. And if I may just bring out the table that I would have shown you earlier, if you see over here, the past perfect, when it is used in the if clause, the other clause takes this structure. Either a would or a could or a should plus have plus past participle form of the verb. So I have a would here, I have a have, and the third form of the verb, past participle form. This should have been the answer here. If I had enough money, I would have gone on a trip to America, something like this. Then if I had a bicycle, I would or will ride it every day. Now, if I had a bicycle is which tense? Please see. If I had a bicycle, this is simple past tense over here. So you see this past tense over here? Just a second. this one, this is the simple past used over here. And so the other part of the other clause of the sentence, it should take the structure would, could, should plus base form of the verb. So obviously it should be a would over here and not will. So if there is a mismatch in these tense structures between the two clauses, then sentence becomes incorrect. It is structurally incorrect. So one has to be aware of them. Then talking of models, and just take a look at all these sentences. What could be the possible differences? Joseph should study tonight. How is it different from the other sentences? Should study means that this is the general form. The general form of making a suggestion is done by using a should. All of us use should all the time. But beyond the fact that I'm making some general suggestion, it doesn't carry any special meaning to it. But and so if I look at this one, Joseph must study tonight. This one at the bottom, which has got a must over here before study, which is the verb here. So here the force is from the speaker himself. The sentence carries force from the speaker. When you use a must, please note that. You must do this, you must do that. Clearly, it is from the speaker side. But if I say you ought to study tonight, so the force is not from the speaker side, please note. So you've got to know that this is a formal expression. It is used in a very formal context, a word like ought to. It's a formal expression. Like you ought to do this, you ought to do that. Now, commonly in, you can say in a formal context, or when you want to sound a little, you want to distance yourself from the person to whom you are making an advice, we use this word. But it also has connotations of morality in it. So if I make a statement like we ought to obey our parents or respect our parents, it is not because I am saying so, because that is how it should be. From the context of morality, one can think like this. So yeah, this is how it is used. Then there are some other words like Joseph is supposed to study, so there is a responsibility. So yeah is pretty similar to this only, that he's got a, but this is less formal perhaps. And it also shows distance from the speaker. If somebody is supposed to do something, so it is like it's morally obliging for him to do it. For example, if you say that politicians are supposed to be, they are supposed to inspire people into doing the right things. The leaders, let me not use a word like politicians, leaders are supposed to inspire people. That's what they're supposed to do, not because I am saying it. So that's the meaning here. And however, ought to, if I say leaders ought to inspire, so usme the context only becomes a little more formal. That's it. Otherwise, on the meaning point of view, they are almost same. Then the third sentence here, which is Joseph had better study tonight. So you would know this. Many of us use this expression. You know that you better do this, you better do that. So how do we make this expression? How do we use this? Yes, can you point it out? When I say that you better do this, what does it mean?
From that you indicating that कि तुम इससे अच्छा कर सकते हैं.
नहीं नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. नॉर्मली हम लोग जब ये यूज करते हैं, हैड यूज नहीं करते हैं. वी नॉर्मली से यू बेटर डू दिस, यू बेटर डू दैट. सो इट इज थ्रेटनिंग टोन. द टोन इज थ्रेटनिंग कि करो नहीं तो कुछ हो जाएगा. Something negative will happen. That is the meaning of this expression. It is indicative of consequences. If I say Joseph had better study tonight, which means what? That if he doesn't study, maybe he's got a very important paper and maybe he's not even well prepared, तो हो सकता है वो fail हो जाएगा. I mean, I may say, I may this type of a sentence may mean this because it has got some consequences to it. That's how we do this. Then look at this. Some model auxiliaries used over here along with the verb phrases are could. What is the meaning of this line? Did Rajni actually go to the office, post office? Rajni could have gone to the post office. What is the meaning? What are we doing here? Rajni could have gone to the post office means what? That we are probably just making a guess. So did she go or not go? Yes, can you say something with surety whether she went or not? She could have but didn't. I don't think Varun यहाँ पे इसका वो meaning नहीं है. Could have gone simply means you're making a guess and you really don't know whether she went there or not. You don't know that. It's a possibility. She may have gone, she may not have gone. You're simply trying to make a guess. This meaning, Varun, what you have written is applicable over here. Rajni should have gone to the post office. That means she actually did not go, but it was an obligation, but she actually did not. She should have gone. She didn't for some reason. That we don't know. That is what this means. Now you can see over here we're using different models. Rajni would have gone. See, this is the exact meaning of Varun, what you have written earlier, that she could have, but she didn't for some reason. So Rajni would have gone to the post office, but something happened and she was not able to go. So this is the meaning implied here. When I say should have gone, that means I am making a suggestion that she should have gone there. And actually she did not. Yep. What about this one? Rajni might have gone to the post office. How does this differ?
may have.
No, what is the meaning? The sentence is correct. We are trying to understand what are the meanings of these different versions. Might have gone, you're simply making a guess. It's a possibility and you are not sure whether whether it actually happened or not. So could have gone, should have gone, would have gone, might have gone. They've got their own subtleties of meaning. And that is exactly what models do. They modify the meaning of the verb phrase. The chances are less. Chanchal, that is quite right. When I say Rajni might have gone, so the chances of her having gone are slim, but nevertheless the chances are there. What about this one? Rajni ought to have gone. Did she go or not? In this sentence, did she actually go or not?
Man, we don't know if she went or not, but it's implying that that it's important for her to go.
No, she did not go. Please note. When you say Rajni ought to have gone, you are sure that she did not go, but you are making a very strong statement that it was really important that she should have gone, but she did not go actually. So maybe because she had to make a parcel or send a mail that was really important. And that is why, for reasons of morality, I told you that when you say ought to have gone, there was something really important that she should have done. And she did not go over here. What is that, Shubhanshu? Would have gone. देखिए, would have gone में क्या है? She did not go. She did not go. But what are you trying to say over here? That you are trying to say that she would have gone, but कुछ हो गया. उसके friends आ गए. ऐसा कुछ भी हो गया. So she would have gone, but she couldn't for some reason. अच्छा, should have gone का मतलब क्या है? She did not go. But then you are making a suggestion कि उसको जाना चाहिए था. But please note, this suggestion of 2 is weaker than suggestion being made in 5 because of the expression ought to. You can see over here in the second one and the fifth one, in both these cases, the person did not go, and there's a comment being made on that. So ought to have gone is a stronger way to put it across and more formal also. And for important reasons, indicative of important reasons for which she should have actually gone. Okay. हाँ, थोड़ा सा आपको confusing लग सकता है, but it is important to know that how models will bring out differences in meanings. Then this one which says she had to call her insurance agent yesterday, that means she was forced to call for some important reason. She must call her insurance agent, that means it's extremely important, and because personally somebody is insisting, so maybe somebody is making an advice, then she has to call because it's a requirement. If she has to call her insurance agent, means there is something that he will do that she can't do herself. So for that reason, for example, if I tell you that you have to do something, it's not because I am saying it, it's maybe because it's a rule. Like if I say that you have to have your Aadhaar card before you can get a vaccine, तो मतलब ये मैं नहीं बोल रही हूँ, ये भारत सरकार बोल रही है, तो वहां पे और have to आ जाता है. When the force is from an outside agency, you have to do this, you have to do that. She should call her insurance agents. This is the basic form of all advice. इसमें कुछ special नहीं है. She need not have called. She need not have called. What is the meaning of this line? Did she actually call the agent in this sentence? Yes, she did. And you are making a suggestion that she shouldn't have called. Need not have. Then this one, which is also quite interesting. If you see the third one, what is the meaning here? I am to watch the documentary. I am to watch the documentary. What does this mean? It means that I have a plan to watch this documentary in the present tense. And what about this one? The second one, which says I was to watch the documentary. नहीं दिव्यांश, इसका मीनिंग ये नहीं है कि यू आर गोइंग टू वॉच इट. इसका मतलब है कि प्लान है. You have a plan to watch. For example, you can say that I am to study today. I am to study vocabulary today. तो आपका plan है. अब आप करोगे या नहीं, ये तो बात की बात है. Similarly, I was to watch the documentary means there was a plan in the past. What about the first one then? I was to have watched the documentary. So did he actually watch the documentary? No, he didn't. He couldn't watch it. It was a planned action that did not materialize in the past tense. Please note. Now, what about the fourth one, which says, I would like to have watched the documentary? How does this differ? So you can see that there are different patterns over here. They have different meanings. I was to have watched the documentary. That means there was a plan made in the past that I was supposed to do something, but actually I was not able to do it. I was to have finished something, but I couldn't finish. I was to have cooked this dish, but I wasn't able to do it. Something like that. And then the fourth one, which says, I would like to have watched the documentary, means that if somebody had offered me a chance, then I would have liked to watch it. पर उनको किसी ने ऑफर किया ही नहीं देखने के लिए. That's the meaning of the fourth one. I would like to have watched it. That means provided I had a chance. Yes, what is it that you want to discuss here? Komal, इसमें क्या डिस्कस करना है आपको कोमल? Question 15, first one. She had to call her insurance agent yesterday. So she
Yes,
had
ma'am.
to call.
Ma'am, like in second part, it is a suggestion, and in third part, it is a requirement. So, what is the first part about?
Second is that It was a requirement in the past. It means if I say I had to do something, तो उसका क्या मतलब है कि आपको करना ही पड़ा वो, because requirement थी. It was a requirement in the past. तो ये this expression past obligation means that something that you something that you had to do because it was important and it was required. That's the meaning. Hope you got
And
it.
so she had done it or not?
Of course she had done it. It is clearly written she had to call her agent.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
She had to call her insurance agent yesterday. It means इसका meaning दोनों भी हो सकता है. Maybe that she called, but it is not sure. हाँ ये बात है that you really don't know whether she actually called the person. That we are not very sure of. But it was a requirement and it was important that this person had to be called. If I say the insurance agent had to be called, that means we are not sure whether the call actually went or not and whether he came or not. Isme to, I think it's more like saying that the call was made. If I say the insurance agent had to be called yesterday, that means उसको कॉल तो करना था लेकिन वो आया या नहीं, कॉल गई या नहीं, पता नहीं. इसमें तो I think लग रहा है कि कॉल गई है. She had to call him. Yes, what is that Rajni example, Vishal, you want to discuss? Then Vishal, for this statement is the second one, sorry, third one. That she wanted to go but did not go for some reason. Third statement. She would have gone to the post office. Something like saying कि भाई I would have done my work. लेकिन क्या हो गया कि मैच आ रहा था तो मैं मैच देखने लग गया. आप लोग प्लान्स तो इतने बनाते हैं ना, हम लोग बहुत प्लान बनाते हैं दिन में कि आज ये करेंगे वो करेंगे. But if you are not able to finish those plans and do them, those activities, then what can you say the next day? I would have done it, but that's the thing. I hope you got it, Vishal. This one which says I can renew the books, it talks of an ability, and I could talks of a past ability. Please note, if I say I could renew the books, it is something which you could do in the past. Could suggests past time frame. I will renew the books is indicative of what you intend doing in future. Also shows determination. The word will shows a lot of determination. Then I would like to renew the books is shows your intention with a little politeness in it because it has got would in it. I would like to do this. I would like to do that. It shows your intention in a polite way. That's the difference. Okay, let's see something else.